Digital technology provides exciting opportunities for people with Autism Spectrum Disorder, ASD. I will be discussing research on two specific computer tools to help improve the emotion recognition of students with ASD. First, it is important to understand the definition of ASD. Autism is a pervasive developmental disorder, meaning that it is pervasive across multiple basic functions, namely those dealing with communication and social interaction. Their behaviors are associated with restricted and repetitive behavior. According to the Diagnostic Statistics Manual, social emotional reciprocity deficits range, for example, from abnormal social approach and failure of normal back and forth conversation, to reduced sharing of interests, emotions, or affect, to failure to initiate or respond to social interactions. People with ASD also experience deficits in nonverbal communicative behaviors for social interaction, ranging, for example, from poorly integrated verbal and nonverbal communication to abnormalities in eye contact and body language, or deficits in understanding and use of gestures, to a total lack of facial expressions and nonverbal communication. People with ASD also experience deficits in developing, maintaining, and understanding relationships, ranging, for example, from difficulties adjusting behavior to suit various social contexts, to difficulties in sharing imaginative play or in making friends, to complete absence of interest in peers. So, they have much difficulty with recognizing emotion in themselves and others, which in turn leads to challenges with social relationships. Computer-based learning has been shown to be effective in improving emotion recognition and thus social skills of students with ASD. Computers are believed to be effective for individuals with ASD for several reasons. First, students with ASD have a general affinity to computers, showing eagerness and engagement in using them. Second, computers allow for multi-sensory interactions. Third, the structured environment allows individuals to feel in control of interactions. Fourth, computers allow for individual pacing and instruction. And finally, computers allow for repetition, which has been shown to be effective in helping students with ASD learn. Moore et al. Published a study in 2005 showing the effectiveness and opportunities of a collaborative virtual environment, CVE, for teaching emotion recognition to students with ASD. While computer technology in 2005 was nowhere near as advanced as technology today, after training with the CVE, over 90% of the participants accurately recognized emotions displayed in the computer program. In the CVE study, there was three-dimensional representations of real or imaginary environment, and using an avatar, users freely interacted with the environment. The avatar displays emotions via facial expressions. In a collaborative virtual environment, there is more than one user simultaneously, allowing students to recognize and interact with each other, their family, and their teachers. The avatar simplifies and facilitates the process of human communication for individuals with ASD. Users have greater control over their interactions in this space, which is believed to increase the confidence of people who otherwise may feel out of control in social situations. The slowed rate of interaction is also believed to provide users with more time to think of ways to deal with social situations, which they otherwise do not have. The CVE also affords a sense of safety to users, as they can practice real conversations and make mistakes, but not suffer the real consequences of social errors. This is a screenshot from the CVE activity, showing the avatar and its emotions. This study demonstrated the effectiveness of computer-based learning in helping the majority of participating students with ASD to correctly interpret the avatar's representation of emotions. The students could identify emotions to a level where they could perform a variety of tasks, which involved recognition of an emotion from expression, selection of an expression to represent an emotion, prediction of an expression from a simple social scenario, and the inference of a causal event from expression. A more recent computer-based learning program called FaceSay for emotion recognition was assessed by Hopkins et al. In a study published in 2011. Using 3 different games, the program allows children to practice attending to eye gaze, discriminating facial expressions, and recognizing faces and emotions in a structured computer environment with interactive, realistic avatar assistants. These avatar assistants are animated photographs of real faces. This is an example of the emotion recognition game.
Hi, Bob. I'm Zelda. Will you help me be the referee? When Jeff is making the same face as the leader, can you touch the yes button? You are a good referee, Bob.
As with the collaborative virtual environment described earlier, the researchers of FaceSay found that participants' emotion recognition and social skills improved considerably, both inside the game and in the real world. Facial recognition, emotion recognition, and social interactions were all improved. These studies suggest that using interactive computer-based learning to predict eye gaze, expression matching, and face recognition is effective in improving the emotion recognition and thereby the social skills of students with ASD. Computer-based learning is of course not advocated for as the only approach to education for students with ASD. For students with ASD, it can be difficult to generalize knowledge, transfer a learned behavior from a training activity to a similar or related activity. It is therefore important to use computer-based learning in conjunction with live instruction. This will help students transfer learned knowledge effectively. It has been shown that the environment of computer-based learning helps students with ASD to develop emotion reading skills. Because students with ASD have a general affinity to computers, computers allow for multi-sensory interactions. The structured environment of a computer allows individuals to feel in control. Computers allow for individual pacing and instruction, and computers allow for repetition. There is still little known about the neurology of ASD and the reason behind individuals' difficulty with emotion recognition. As more knowledge pertaining to the neurology of ASD is gained, and as technological advances are made, the already successful computer-based learning for students with ASD will only improve. Technological advances are currently being made that will be able to assist individuals with ASD in the near future. Software called Affectiva, originally developed for marketing purposes, reads facial expressions. This software will soon be available in mobile apps to help individuals with ASD recognize emotions on the go. Technology presents exciting and unforeseeable opportunities for assisting individuals with autism spectrum disorder.